Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another magnificent episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye Spinach. He is the tranquil dart of Ringside Society, Delaware's greatest American hero. And whenever he goes to Taco Bell, he asks for a chief burrito because he loves the combination of chicken and beef. It takes two to make a thing go right. He is Rob Bass, and you are not. And the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. 3 continents down, 3 more to go. No cap, straight facts, the worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about us. You see, we have 2 special guests tonight. And you know, for those of you that have been watching, we have had the Renegade Twins on our show. We have had the Good Sisters, aka the Goons of Scenic City, on our show. And most recently, we've had the Vanity Twins on our show as well too, who recently made their CCW debut. But now we have 2 more impressive young women who are the graduates of the Impact Pro Wrestling Vault, and they recently made their AEW debut against the formidable team of Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir. Everybody, welcome to the show, Sage Hale, Briar Hale, is it Briar or Briar? Briar Hale, the Hale Twins. Woo! Ladies, how y'all doing tonight?
We're doing good. How are you guys doing?
We're fantastic. We're actually excited to have you on here. You've been on our radar for like a hot minute. I know Rob here was excited too as well. He's like, oh, snap, from Iowa. That's cool, you know. We haven't talked to anybody from Iowa in a while. So, you know, we're doing great over here. How's the weather over there in Iowa?
It's pretty good. Yeah. It's been sunny. And how's the weather where you guys are?
Well, I'm in Brooklyn, New York. And Rob is somewhere in Delaware. I think maybe a couple miles from Sandy Fork. Rob, where exactly are you? I think he just froze. You're on mute, buddy.
My bad, I froze. Did you ask me something? My bad.
Yeah, where exactly are you in Delaware? They're asking us where we are.
Oh, I'm like outside of Dover. I'm in the country, like right next to Maryland. If you look at a map, you know, the Maryland-Delaware line, I'm like right on this side of Delaware. Like if I go 5 minutes down the road this way, I'm in Maryland.
Yeah, he's from the part of Delaware where all the chickens come from. So whenever you're eating chicken and whatnot, just think of where he's at. And
oh yeah, I have hillbilly neighbors and all that stuff. Like my neighbors, they have a llama that comes up and greets you like a dog would. You know what I mean? So yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. I might have to take a trip there. That sounds. I thought I'd see that here in New York, but wow, I think y'all got us beat by that one right there. But anyway,
but then they also have a toddler that wears a onesie that says, you know, sex instructor, first lesson free. And they let them drink cream soda. So, you take the good with the bad.
Wow. Y'all are definitely living the life over there, man.
Oh, man. No, they are, not me. I'm chill. Their chickens coming. I mess with their chickens. That's about it.
So, ladies, I got to say, you know, tell us, you know, how did and we normally ask all of our guests this, but how did it start for the Hale Twins? How did you ladies become fans of professional wrestling?
We became fans when my dad moved in with our uncle, and he was a big wrestling fan. So we just started watching with him.
Oh, okay, cool. So who were some of y'all's favorites like growing up?
We didn't start watching until like our more teen years. So that was when more like John Moxley when he was Dean Ambrose and like Alexa Bliss. We went back and watched some of AJ Lee, Saraya, and then AJ Styles, Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. That's nice. Yeah, you started watching at a very interesting time. And, you know, it's funny you mentioned Alexa Bliss. She actually just announced that, you know, she's expecting her first child with her husband, Ryan Cabrera. So congratulations to them on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So, growing up, did y'all ever get to go to any like live events or just watch from home on your like TVs?
We went to our first one was SmackDown, which we were like what? We were in
Really?
like sophomores in high school, and then we went to like another Raw event, and then we've been to a couple of them.
Oh, cool, cool. So, what was it like attending those events in like person? Were you like all like excited and whatnot, or
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. It definitely set in the feeling that this is what I want to do. Seeing all those people out there, like and actually seeing them in the ring versus on TV.
yeah, that's I always tell people like going to WWE events. There's always a vibe
yeah,
like that's not that you can't compare it any other one. Even if you go to like independent shows,
Mhm.
the two are two very different
Oh, yeah.
vibes. And I've been very fortunate to find that out. And yeah, the only thing is I don't know which one I like better if it's the WWE vibe or AEW vibe or if it's like going to the indies and so on. I don't know which one
Yeah.
I like. I know which one I like better, but they're both pretty, enjoyable.
Mhm.
I think they're all fantastic. All the vibes, just wrestling all around. Being able to watch it and see it, it's just amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so I gotta ask, like, now that you ladies are wrestling fans, you're going to the shows and you're cheering your favorites and booing the bad guys or bad girls and you're buying the merch and everything. How did your transition? So then I'm gonna shame. Normally, I'd be afraid. Normally, I'm a politically correct person, but since a guest first told me that this phrase is pretty good and they're actually in the wrestling industry, how did the Hale Twins jump from? How do I put it? How did the Hale Twins end up jumping the barricade and getting into pro wrestling? Jumping the barricade means you decided, okay, next being a fan, I want to be in this business now.
I think it was just like I don't know. I think it was just a love for it. And then one day we all of a sudden just sat down and talked. And
Mhm.
magically, both of us wanted to do it. We both had the same. We hadn't really talked about it, but the moment we did, we knew we wanted to be one. And it just happens that we both want to be one, which is
Yeah.
great. I have someone with me all the time. And then we started emailing companies around to try to get the training in, and we trained in
We found Impact.
we found Impact, IPW in Iowa, and we wound up training during COVID. So that was kind of rough with
Yeah.
COVID starting and everything.
Wow, training during COVID, that must have been something because I mean, you train during COVID, that's like a tedious time. It's like a weird time because it's like you're getting the training but not the best training that,
Yeah.
not the full training. And of
Yeah,
course, the social distancing was a thing, so there was only so much you could do.
yeah, and just like with no, like we had to, which also it was a good, like we got more training in before they started running live shows, but we didn't get that like being on a show type of feeling until later.
Mhm.
But we also got a good amount of training in before and like actually getting it down before going out in front of a crowd. So that was nice, but it was still a lot of just, wanting to actually be in front of people.
Yeah, not really knowing like
Not and like at that time you didn't know when COVID was gonna end. So
Wow. Yeah, I commend you ladies for actually joining at that time and also still sticking with it because several people they got into it during that time and they're like, something, I don't know how long this COVID thing is gonna be. I'm just gonna quit and just go about my merry way or stay a fan and whatnot. But we commend you for actually, sticking with it, and it actually paid off for you ladies because not only did you graduate, you actually got to, make your debut on
Yeah.
AEW, and you faced, one of the hardest hitting teams, Nyla Rose and
Mhm.
Marina Shafir. So what was it like, now that you got the training and everything? your trainer says, okay, you're good to go. Here are your certificates. Go out there and make us proud. What was it like wrestling on AEW in front of thousands of wrestling fans, and also having the whole world watch you via YouTube as well?
Um, it was great. No, it was a little scary, but not as scary as I thought. It was just really fun.
It was really fun. Honestly, being out there in the ring, I didn't really even notice the crowd that much, like the difference. Like I was like, oh, there's a whole bunch of people, but it still had the feeling of even like sort of being in front of, because I still get that jittery feeling in front of an actual, like, let's say like
Yeah.
a indie promotion. So I still had that jittery feeling, but sort of when you're honing in on the moment, you don't really notice all the fans. You notice like some of them, but you don't notice how much there is. You're just like, honestly, I was just in the moment and like really just feeling it.
hmm
Yeah, I was like, these two women, y'all look very impressive. And then some people in the comments were like, oh, they and I didn't even notice, they were like, you guys have like your gear. It actually reminded a lot of people of the Bella twins, more specifically Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I kind of see it, but I don't like calling. I don't. One thing I don't like doing is calling people the next. So like I don't.
Yeah.
I guess, like Rob Bass, for example. Rob's a referee. I wouldn't want to call Rob Bass the next Earl Hebner, because no, Rob is trying to write his own story, leave his own legacy. So he's the only Rob Bass. So I was like, yeah, they do look similar somewhat to Nikki Bella's gear, but I'm like, nah, we're not gonna do that here. Nah. But I gotta say, y'all were definitely great on that episode of Dark, though. I was like, wow, these two women are definitely gonna go far.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, tag team wrestling, who would y'all say are some of y'all's inspirations when it comes to being a tag team?
FTR.
Yeah. The Usos right now. I love watching the Usos.
Yep.
Always have since we started watching WWE. We've always loved the Usos. We've watched like the Bell Twins. Like, of course, we really enjoy them
They did tag
when they
stuff.
did their tag stuff when they were together. Michelle McCool and Layla.
Yeah.
We went back and watched some of those things, but the big ones right now are the Usos and FTR. We really like watching them and seeing how they tag. It just makes me want to tag with her more
Yeah.
often.
Yeah, it's funny that I had a feeling that you ladies were going to mention that, because I was like, for some reason, in my mind, I have this vision of y'all doing the day one, the day one, or that move that FTR does, and I was like, I got a feeling that if I ask them, they're gonna say something along the lines of FTR and the Usos, which are two pretty great teams. Don't get me wrong; they will go down as two of the best in pro wrestling history,
Definitely.
beyond a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. So with that being said, is it true what they say about when you're a twin, a tag team, like you could read each other telepathically and think what each other's thinking,
I mean,
or finish each other's sentences?
to a certain point. I mean, like, yeah. Well,
Yeah, we basically know each other so well that honestly, we know what the other one's most likely going to do.
yeah.
So yes, just we've known each other for 22 years. We've also wrestled each other a bunch of times. We kind of just honestly know.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, in regards to your wrestling style, who is more of the edgier, like Daredevil, and who's the more like, okay, I'll do that, but wait a minute, hold on.
Briar, she just at our last show, she just did a suicide dive, which I would be too scared to attempt. So I'd say she's more on doing the, like the high fly stuff and stuff like that.
Okay, so she's the Jeff Hardy, and you're like more like Matt, like I will delete you. That's cool. That's cool. That's pretty awesome. I'm actually, speaking of twins, I'm actually happy that twins are now getting more like for example the Usos.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's probably gonna come down to Jay versus Roman, and I got a good feeling he's gonna actually probably take that title from him. And then the Bella Twins have actually been able to do their own thing separately, and I like that too. Like when yes, you're twins, and I've always liked like twin tag teams because they've always been something astonishing to actually witness. But at the same time, like it's always good to like see them do their things separately every now and then, just see like how their mindsets are, how their personalities are. Like, okay, we got Briar doing, it's Briar, right?
Briar.
Briar, my apologies.
Yeah,
Briar. We got Briar, over here. We've seen her in a tag team, and now we see her like, she's doing all these crazy moves. She's doing a front flip, she's doing a corkscrew plancha, tope suicide. Like, where'd this come from? Like, this wasn't what the hell. But then you see Sage over here doing all the technical stuff, like Zack Sabre Jr. Like she's tying people up. She just defeated somebody with a cross arm bar, and you're like, where the heck did that come from? Like, this is not. They didn't do this in the Hale Twins, so I'm always glad to see like things like that happen. Because it adds more depth.
Like you shine together, but also twins also need to shine apart.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard because the moniker of like, oh, twins stick together, but sometimes it is just better to shine apart and be able to see what you can do on your own. What any of the twins can do on their own.
And then the most inevitable thing is when they come back together, it's like, the Hale Twins are back. We had like a whole year of Briar doing the high flying stuff and Sage doing the technical stuff. What is it going to be now that they're back together? We're going to see a completely different tag team. I don't think they're ready. Are they? Not the Hale Twins, but the tag team they're facing.
Yeah.
Are they going to be ready? Yeah. So I just got a couple more questions. I know Rob is dying to ask a couple questions as well too. So you ladies are, you were born and raised in Iowa, I believe, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so have you gotten to wrestle outside of Iowa, at like any other states or anything, or just stateside?
We've wrestled in Minnesota and Nebraska, and then we will be going to Illinois in July. So it's been really great, and like we're grateful for the opportunities to get to wrestle outside of Iowa.
Cool. Illinois, wow, those are some pretty great states. Minnesota's. I haven't heard too much of wrestling out there, but I've heard that the scene is coming up there. But Illinois, if you ladies I hope it's Chicago, because if it's Chicago, man, I'm jealous because I've been wanting to see a show there for a while now. A lot of great talent has come out from there.
That's true, honestly.
Yeah. So, my second to last question, of course, obviously you ladies want to win all the titles, the tag titles everywhere. You're going to go to Mission Pro hopefully one day, get their titles. You want to win those titles. Go to CCW, win their tag team titles. But there is one particular title, which is the first of its kind. And it's only in Japan. And I could tell you right now, if you ladies ever get booked in Japan, take that booking with a smile and go. You will enjoy it. And I'm speaking from first-hand experiences. I was over there for 3 years. And so the title, this one title is in Japan, more specifically Stardom. And it's called the Artists of Stardom Championship. And it's the only 6-woman championship of its time. Who would be your third woman in that tag team to go after those tag team titles?
Like it could be.
That 6-man title. Anyone. Female. It's not a intergender title.
Who would you choose? Anyone. Yeah.
Jamie Hayter.
Cool.
Yeah, with her coming up in AEW, we've like really gotten onto the bandwagon of really enjoying Jamie's matches and stuff.
Yeah, Jamie Hayter, she's definitely a hard-hitting individual. I've never gotten to the ring with her. I'm not even a wrestler. I'm just a podcaster, but I feel those hits she gives all the way wherever I'm watching her matches. I'm like, yeah, it sucks to be her opponent. I'm glad it's not me. I'm good. If she were ever to come to me and be like, "Hey, buy my shirt," I'd be like, "Okay, I'll buy your shirt, but just don't hit me with a lariat. I will buy 3 of them, but just don't hurt me." That woman is serious business. So, my last question is in regards to wrestling. Obviously, wrestling a lot of times it involves working out or getting in that zone for your match or whatnot. So, what are some of the Hale Twins favorite songs they enjoy playing whenever they're getting that workout done in the gym, that cardio, or getting in that mindset to face their opponent in the ring?
Well, I really like the song I come out to is Black Sheep by Kaylee Borg. So I always listen to that all the time when I'm, and that gets me pumped up.
Okay.
I just listen to a whole bunch of like different genres of music, but I've been into really listening to Post Malone before, matches and when I'm working out. I don't know why, but it's just right now that's what I've been going through.
Congratulations. You know what? You should play when you ladies win. I could. Wow, you just gave me. I'm convinced I might be related to Raven Simone from That's So Raven because y'all just gave me a whole vision right there. Because when you said that Post Malone, I'm thinking congratulations. And I'm thinking somebody's playing that song when you ladies win your first tag team titles.
Yeah, hopefully one day.
I just got that serious vision. I don't know if you got it over there, Rob, but that thing just like hit me like. But
I'm old. I don't know who Post Malone is. What's that, like Postmates? Like,
how do you not know who Post Malone? Rob, come on, Rob, you playing?
I don't know. I think I do. I probably do. But yeah, I might. I have to look it up. I probably do. I have to see the dude.
All that hip hop you play, you listen to more hip hop than I do.
But it's like 90s. It's all old school. It's all 90s R&B and hip hop. Ever since I got Spotify, I haven't listened to radio. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, check out Post Malone, man. Post Malone is pretty good. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Rob. I know he has a couple of questions for you, ladies. So Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet, thanks. So what's going on, Briar? What's going on, Sage? How y'all doing today?
We're good.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you for asking. So how was your day today? Did y'all have anything crazy happen? Was it just a normal day, chilling, relaxing?
Yeah, we got off work early a little bit, so we got to relax and
get a good workout in before coming home and get ready for the podcast.
There you go. Yeah, I heard y'all got busy night and stuff. Y'all ready to get into it. You got your caffeine ready and all that good stuff. Oh, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So y'all are out in Iowa. Like what is there to do out there in Iowa? I don't think I've ever been there. Is it like because in Delaware, I live around cornfields and woods. So like I'm afraid of the children of the corn. So is it anything like that out there in Iowa?
Cornfields,
mainly cornfields. Yeah, like literally everywhere. Like anywhere I go to drive.
Yep.
If it's more than 15 minutes away, there's cornfields everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's the same way. Same thing here. So do y'all have a bunch of country stuff going on around your way? Look. Animals, crazy animals coming around your yard and sneak up on you at night or something.
We usually have, our neighbor has horses and then our other neighbor has ducks. So my dog gets really, hears the quacking and he starts barking because he can't see them, but he knows they're there.
Oh, so what kind of dog y'all have?
We got a little beagle. He's so nice. He's so cute. He's getting a little bit old. Yeah.
I have 3 beagles.
Oh, really? What are their
names?
Play day.
I got Radar. I got Katie, and I got Lucy.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah. His name is Fang. So
from Harry Potter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just what they look like, I was like Radar. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, but he's got a bunch of neuroses. Like any loud noises or whatever, he's like, nope. If I reach on top of my refrigerator and grab like cereal or something, he's like scared for some reason. Like for some reason, I don't know what it is. He runs off. I'm like, chill, dude.
Dogs are weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So then your neighbor has ducks and stuff. How do y'all keep yourselves from chasing the ducks? 'Cause I know that's what I would do. I could be 80 years old if I see ducks. I'm gonna chase them and try and feed them and be like, hey, what's up, duck?
Luckily, they keep them. I don't know what they keep them. I think they keep them in because they also have dogs. So like they keep them in like 2 like little like pens.
Yeah.
Because they have to keep them apart. So usually I don't think think we've seen any of them get out. So luckily, because Fang would probably go after one, but yeah,
Oh man.
luckily we haven't seen any yet.
Mhm.
Yeah, because my neighbors, their chickens will come over, and sometimes like I swear they'll sleep here overnight, like because I'll take my dogs out in the morning, so they can do their business. And one time, the dog they were dragging me out in the yard once. I'm like, "What are you doing? What's out there?" And a chicken was over there by the phone pole, the feathers flying, the thing runs off. I'm like, "Oh Lord."
That's how it goes with our dog. He sees something, he is just right on it.
Now having a beagle, does your beagle, sit there on like halfway in the door, halfway out, or in the window or something, just watching like no birds better land here or anything? Or...
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, sometimes out our front door because some of our windows he's a little bit too short to see out of,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
he loves to sit there and just watch.
Yeah. Now I know the food thing is probably crazy, I mean it's probably never ending stomach, huh?
Oh my god, yeah. And for some reason, like our dog, he has to eat it on the carpet. Like he will not eat it in the bowl. Like he'll bring it from the kitchen, which is like, like regular vinyl,
Yeah.
and he'll like just swing it all over the carpet. I don't know why. I don't know if that's like easier for him to eat, but I don't think we've seen him eat in the kitchen since we've moved into a carpeted house. He just does not like it.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've never had a dog do that, just throw it on the carpet.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's great. Dogs do all kinds of stuff, what I mean? Hey, whatever they want to do. Because people ask me, they're like, how's your dogs always stay next to you? And all it's like, because I'm a messy eater. I'll make a sandwich or something, something will fall down, and they're right there, they're like, oh, there you go. I always tell people, if anybody's hanging out or whatever, it's like, oh man, I dropped a chip or something. Don't worry, the vacuum be here in 2 seconds. There's already there.
Yep, that's how our dog is too.
Oh man, that's great. Yeah, you gotta love beagles. Beagles are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I do gotta ask, y'all were on AEW Dark and stuff. What was that experience like? Getting to go there, backstage and catering and stuff. And I also didn't realize that it takes like 2 or 3 weeks for the matches to come out. Because I remember I was chatting with the Renegade Twins of the show, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we just came back from Dark," and then I was like, oh, "Okay." So that Tuesday, I was like, "Yeah," I was waiting. I was like, "Yeah, let me watch."
Yeah.
Where'd they go? And it was like, like a month later or something. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I didn't realize that at first, but it was pretty amazing to be backstage. Actually, it was probably more intimidating to be backstage around all those like great performers.
But it was
like great. Like they were also nice, everyone that we've talked to. But it was like, it also settled in. Like this is what I want to do. Like I want to be backstage.
It gives you that push.
That push that you need. Like I want to be one of these people back here, not just a person coming in to be like an enhancement talent.
Mm-hmm.
But it was definitely great. It honestly, I was really nervous, but it is an experience that I want to have again.
That's right. So both y'all had those butterflies and stuff, okay, let's go.
Definitely, but I'm really glad that, I have someone right beside me that is going through the same thing.
Yes, it really helped that we could go together.
Honestly, it kind of like settles some of the butterflies just to have the other person next to.
See, that probably had to be an awesome ride home. You two just riding home. It's like, oh my god, it was we did this and we should have did this. We should. Oh man, but it was awesome.
It definitely is.
It was an experience. It was a great experience.
Now I see it. Now I was doing a little research and stuff, and y'all have been, going against each other recently and stuff, like in a cage match, But before I get to that, what was it like coming back together as a tag team for AEW? Was it like, were you like, oh man, I really wanted to go 1-on-1 with you, but let's do our thing. Let's go do the thing.
It was really fun. Like I was really happy that we got to be a tag team because, with the independent scene around here, there's not a lot of women. So to do a tag match, like a lot of tag matches. So it was and I'm so glad we got to share the experience
together
to be a tag team,
especially in front of that much people.
Yes.
I think it's just great to be able to share it with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Now I have seen, y'all were wrestling in the cage and stuff. What's it like going to, fighting your sister and stuff, in front of a bunch of people, like, you're all just getting down, just like, hey, we doing it, is mom and dad, dad pop over there, family, like, don't hurt each other, I mean, we know it was when you were little, so.
Yeah. literally when my grandma, she won't watch because she is so like,
She's-
oh, I know what you guys
Oh.
get. She still sees us as the little kids that she used to watch. She
Mhm.
won't watch it. But honestly, fighting against each other is also, sometimes you got to get that. You got to hash it out.
Yeah.
And we get
Yeah.
that in the ring.
Sometimes, yeah, it's hard, like, because we can get angry at each other really easily.
Mhm. So that probably makes it even cooler because you're like, oh, you want to do that to me? You want to give me a scooch? Okay, well, I got you now. And it's like, oh, well, you did that to me. I'm going to one up you now. And then there you go. The next thing you got a whole crowd, people, oh, cheering y'all's names. Let's go. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely a few of our recent matches. Is just it's more like I'm more comfortable with her in the ring.
Yes.
Mhm.
Knowing her, she's my twin, so
Mhm.
it's just when hit a little bit hard. You kind of hit a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Them. You're not really scared.
Yeah. Yeah, so now growing up, were you all, play? Did you all play the same kind of sports and stuff, and were you all on the same team, or were you, your family, were you all like, we want to play the same sport, let's be on different teams? Because I grew up with some twins that did that, like they could not be in the same room together, like
wow.
they had to be on different teams, I mean, they could, but it would be like, and then it start
Yeah.
escalating, they start fighting, and everybody like,
Yeah.
nobody will break it up because what I mean, it's like, and then you break it up, like, don't put your hands on my brother. What are you doing? Now you got 2-on-1 on you. Now you're like, oh my lord, they'll do their
Yeah.
thing.
We did soccer together, but then the other sport we did was track and field. So
You're kind of on your own anyway.
Yeah.
But we've mainly done everything together. We're kind of that type of twins. Like we've known a good amount of twins that can't be on the same team, and stuff like that. But we're pretty much we've done everything together.
Yeah.
We're kind of that. We're those type of twins.
Now, did y'all have your own language as a kid?
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure because my mom, whenever we like get together as a family with my grandma and stuff, they always like to talk about how we used to have our little talk and how we used to always jabber back and forth.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I bet it was cool to grow up with a twin. I'm the oldest. My sister's 4 years younger, and then my brother's 6 years younger. So I was always the older one. So yeah. Now I gotta ask, did y'all used to, tease, prank each other as kids? Did y'all used to mess with each other? Did y'all ever do the thing like, like I'm gonna go to this class, I'm gonna go to your class, and you go to my class?
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. We did it a few times, but the one time we were in high school and all of our friends were freaking out because they're like, oh, they're gonna tell us the difference. They're gonna know.
They did
They're not
it.
gonna ever come out and say you're the other one.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to look stupid because you could just like deny it all the time.
Mhm.
So I mean, yeah, we've done it, and no one's gonna like honestly
No.
know the difference.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Oh man. So y'all have been, tearing, cage matches, going to get, battling each other all around Minnesota, all that good stuff, AEW tagging and stuff, So what is your next show that y'all have coming up? Do you have anything coming up this weekend, next weekend? Y'all said Chicago in July, right?
Yeah, I think I have. Is that next weekend?
Yeah, she's booked alone in Minnesota.
For
Okay.
MAW and then for Steel Domain Wrestling. So I got 2 shows coming up in 2 weeks, but Cassie's are another 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
At Madhouse.
Okay, that's cool. Now, Briar, you are the next up women's champion stuff, right?
Yeah, the next level wrestling. Yep. They're the
Yeah, next
one.
up, next level. Yeah, my bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah, yeah. I can't even read my own handwriting. I'm sorry. So yeah. So what was it like? Winning that. That and stuff. And say I'm sorry, Sage. But hopefully you get one too. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, it was great. It was actually in a kendo stick match, and it went over really well. And I think it wasn't the first championship I've won, but it's like the second one. So like it's still that fresh feeling that I'm now the champ. I get to like post photos. All the little kids love, like they always want to come and take pictures. It's great. The fans are what make it so great because they want to talk to you. They want to have photos. They are just great, and they are kind of what makes the championship so meaningful because they with me being like a face, they love it. They cheer for me. Like they went crazy when I won the title. I think it was just great, and honestly, it was a great feeling.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's always awesome. Yeah, the fans are always cool and stuff. I always like interacting with fans. Sometimes I'll be at a show and they like bring me stuff and give me stuff like here. I'm like, all right. I'm just a rep, ring announcer, all that stuff. I'm like, I'll do nothing. I'm like, thank you, I appreciate it. So now when y'all traveling around like Minnesota, all that good stuff, do y'all have any, funny traveling stories that have happened? Maybe, something supernatural come across, because being out there, was it the Midwest and stuff, yeah, like children in the corn stuff happening, I don't know if y'all had Bigfoot out there or whatever, but, does anything crazy happen or?
No, but like one time, not like supernatural, but one time we were coming back from a Minnesota show and our car completely just like shut off.
Yeah, and it was like blizzarding out and everything. It just shut off, like all the lights shut off. Thankfully, we were close enough to a hotel to be able to get in.
Like we could drive the car to the hotel, but like the lights weren't on. It was bad. And
did y'all figure out what happened?
Huh?
Did y'all figure out what happened with the car?
I don't even know.
I don't even think it was like.
I don't even think it was that like it was just like a freak accident. Like they must have fixed something, but I don't think it was something like huge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but that must have been crazy, in a blizzard and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got to get to a hotel or whatever. You get to stay there or whatever. Even if it was booked, be like, hey, I'm gonna at least sit in the sleep in the parking lot, turn the heat on, something.
Yeah, because thankfully they had a few rooms open because we had nothing else to like. There was nothing else.
Yeah, we
didn't know what to do. It was late at night.
Yeah, hey, I don't blame you. I would have done that too. Like, hey, I'm here for the night. I'm calling it a night. Get some shut eye, get some rest. Now I always like asking, this stuff. I always want to know about, any new movies and TV shows y'all are watching, because I'm always get stuck watching the same things over and over again, like comfort shows. So I'm always trying to find something new. You know what I mean? So what are y'all, into right now, or have you seen anything cool lately?
We did watch, what was the thing on Netflix?
Beef
on Netflix.
Thief?
Yeah.
Beef.
Okay.
Beef, yeah. It's like about road rage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it spirals into a whole bunch of stuff. That's what we were watching recently, but it's been really busy lately.
So we just watch a lot of her comfort show, South Park. So.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's what I've been watching lately, especially when Beef ended. Like
we stopped
watching that, and then I had actually not watched South Park or Rick and Morty prior to like this year, so I gotta like binge watch all of it. So that's mainly what we've been watching, honestly.
That's pretty cool. So how far along in South Park are y'all?
We've watched mainly all of it except for the first 3 seasons, just because we started off like with other people watching it. Like I was watching with my boyfriend, so then like we have to go back now and watch the first 3 seasons.
We're on the third. We're on
we kind of went like backwards.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, and I love South Park. I know the other day they'll play it on Comedy Central, and like they had 3 great episodes in a row. It was like they had the wrestling one on, they had the one where Butters was a pimp, and then they had the one with the Japanese people were like killing all the whales and dolphins. That one, those are just like hilarious. Like I'm just like, yes. And they had another one where Kyle was a human centipede too. That was
Cassie I hate that one.
You don't like that one?
Isn't that the one with the tablet? Like his mom didn't get him a tablet.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh man, I get a tablet and it cracks in Kyle's mouth. This is awesome." Yeah, I haven't watched Beep or whatever on Netflix. I've been watching that show on Netflix with Arnold. What's it called? Fubar. I've been watching that. It seems pretty cool.
What's
old
it about?
Arnold.
Oh.
It's kind of, if you ever seen the movie True Lies, it's like that. He's like in the CIA, but his family doesn't know, and then he has a daughter, and he finds out she's in the CIA also, and then they start working together and realize hey, we don't really know each other, so they start bonding, I guess. But it's pretty funny. It's got one of those subtle things in the background. You look, you're like, did they really just do that? Stuff like that. That's always good. So I do got to say, before I pass it on back to Remy, I do want to say, I want to say thank you all very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on and chat with us. I had a blast chatting with you. I wish nothing but the best for y'all in the future. I hope y'all go around the whole country, start winning gold everywhere, tag team, singles, everywhere. I hope you go around the world, just kicking butt, taking names, and achieve all your dreams and stuff.
Thank you, and thank you for having us.
Ladies, thank you very much for, doing this for us. Really and truly appreciate it. Y'all have actually been on our radar for, for pretty much a couple of months from the time we first saw you. So when we saw y'all, we were like, yeah, we got to get those two girls on the show. Those two women, they're definitely going to do a lot of amazing things, and I could definitely see it. So we wish you all the best with your career and everything. And by the way, if I could make a recommendation, since y'all like to watch South Park, I don't know if you've seen this one. Rob, you've probably seen it, 'cause I know you like crazy stuff like this. There's a show called Brickleberry. It's been canceled for like almost 8 years.
Okay.
But it's in the same vein of Family Guy and South Park. So
Yeah.
and it's not for the faint at heart. Rob, I know you've seen stuff like this because you seem calm, but you're all for the smiles and giggles. So, but
Oh yeah. I love
Brickleberry,
me some scary movie and Don't Be a Menace, South Central, or Drinking Abuse in the Hood, and Airplane and Naked Gun. Yeah, I love all that. Yeah, just give me all the puns and all that stuff. I'm in on it.
yeah, he's an interesting fellow. But ladies, we wish you all the best with your career and whatnot. We definitely are gonna go far and gonna go definitely nationwide, if not worldwide. And before we shut this show down, where can fans find y'all on social media when they want to find out your next appearances, purchase Hale Twins merchandise, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
You can find me on Instagram at, I think, I have to look it up. Sage.Hale1.
Awesome.
Yeah, mine's are just Briar Hale. Usually the best place for promoters too would be Facebook, just on Briar Hale under Facebook,
Yeah.
just with messages. And we've been trying to get stuff up for merchandise, but we haven't got it yet to get it to be able to sell online. But we're getting there.
Awesome. We'll definitely be looking for it. So for those of y'all that are listening or watching, y'all heard they don't have the merchandise yet. But in the meantime, you can definitely make sure you follow them on social media and watch their journey as they do it big time, like it's nobody's business. And with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. My eyes are getting heavy, my stomach is rumbling. That means it's time for dinner and a nap. Maybe not in that order, but before I partake in those activities, Rob Bass, the Eminem to my Royce the 5'9", the Sean Spencer to my Burton Guster, and the Lieutenant Murtaugh to my Lieutenant Riggs, or it's the other way around. Where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, find out when your next appearance is, purchase Rob Bass merchandise, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
All right, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram at Rob_Base82, Facebook Rob Base. And in June, 1CW, we have 2 shows back-to-back weekends, one the 17th and then one the 25th. The first one we're going to be in Milford. The second one we're going to be in Selbyville. And then on June 29th, our wrestling school, the Workhorse Training Center, we're having a streaming show where it's for a benefit for somebody, they're in ill health, so we're trying to, raise money for them. So they can do what they need to do, have fun, take trips or whatever they want to do and all that good stuff. So definitely check out for that because I'll let you know how to watch the stream and all that stuff. And June's pretty busy month. So definitely check it out, 1CW.
Jeez, if you keep on being busy like that, you're probably gonna have to get an agent, man. Probably have to talk to him about you being on the next show. Like, hey, tell Rob, he has a podcast to co-host next, so and so. If he's not too, busy, But I'm very happy for y'all. 1CW, a great promotion. Hey, yo, Sean Hardy, y'all see who we have on this show? You guys got a new 1CW women's title. I'm just saying. More competition, more depth. But with that being said, if you want to follow me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places. Just came back from Miami. You can actually find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Remy Blue. You can also find me on Facebook under the alias Remy Blue as well. And our podcast is also on social media, of course. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society, Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group. And we're also on Spotify, and we also have a Teespring store where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, we have tank tops, and the summer is upon us. So if you want to show those muscles, we got to hook up with the tank tops. We have hoodies, we have sweatshirts, we even have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage. All you got to do is check out Teespring. We have a lot of cool designs. We're about to release our luxury logo real soon. So definitely check us out as well. All proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat. They do not go back into our pockets. And last but not least, we have a YouTube channel where we have cool interviews like this one, like the one we had with the Renegade Twins, the Vanity Twins, Michael Martinez, the brother of Damian Priest, Katie Hebner, the daughter of Earl Hebner, who actually made her Ring of Honor debut as a referee, and so many more impressive people. All you got to do is go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and once you see that really handsome dark blue and light blue yin yang sound with the blue flames around it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. Thank you very much. We really and truly appreciate it. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could and should listen to. To those of y'all that are listening later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away, well, like myself at the Golden Corral and Rob Bass at the Taco Festival, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
And we ain't stopping. With that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we're very well and aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. 10 years in the making, ain't going nowhere. Hey, yo, Rob Bass. Hashtag we are not the same. One time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for Impact Pro Wrestling Vault graduates, Sage and Briar Hale, the Hale Twins.
Woo!
What type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society, and actually we'll be back in a few hours with a 15 minutes of fandom guest. That's right, we also interview the fans as well because they're the ones that make a lot of things happen. But until then, we just want y'all to do 4 favors for us. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.